A captain dies at dinner. His face turns blue. No autopsy. 8 hours later, 137 people burn alive. The man who saved the ship, he became a national hero. But here's what they never told you. He was a killer, and this is how he got away with it. September 1934. The SS Morro Castle is the hottest ticket in America. For $65, you escape the Great Depression. You sail to Havana. You drink legal rum. You dance under Cuban stars. It's paradise on water. But something is wrong on this ship. Mysterious fires keep breaking out in the cargo hold. The crew is fighting with management. And Captain Robert Willmott? He's terrified. He tells his officers, "Someone on board wants to destroy this ship. Someone wants me dead." He never says who. September 7th. The last night. Captain Willmott skips dinner. Unusual for a man who never misses it. He says his stomach hurts. He orders steak brought to his cabin. A few hours later, his first officer knocks on the door. No answer. He pushes it open. The bathroom light is on. Captain Willmott is slumped over the bathtub. Dead. His face is blue. The ship's doctor writes it off as acute indigestion. No autopsy is performed. The body is wrapped up and thrown in cold storage. Just like that, the only man who knew something was wrong is gone. Command passes to First Officer William Worms, a man who has never captained a ship in a crisis. Outside, a nor'easter is building. Winds hit 30 miles per hour. Most passengers go to bed early. They have no idea what's coming. 2:50 a.m., September 8th. A night watchman smells smoke near the first-class writing room. He opens a storage locker. Flames explode in his face. But instead of grabbing a fire extinguisher, he runs to the bridge. By the time anyone comes back, it's too late. The fire spreads faster than anyone thought possible. Why? The fire doors are disabled. The ventilation system pumps oxygen directly into the blaze. And the ship, covered in layers of flammable paint. Within 20 minutes, the Morro Castle is a floating inferno. At 3:10 a.m., the main electrical cable burns through. 549 people are plunged into total darkness. No lights, no steering, no communication. The captain who should have handled this? Dead. The acting captain? Frozen on the bridge, refusing to give orders. The crew doesn't help the passengers. They help themselves. 6 lifeboats are launched. Room for 408 people, but only 85 get on board. Most of them are crew. Passengers are left to burn or jump into 30-foot swells and drown. By morning, 137 people are dead. Bodies wash ashore for days. And then, something bizarre happens. The burning ship drifts right onto the beach at Asbury Park, New Jersey, right in front of the boardwalk. Thousands of tourists show up. Vendors sell hot dogs. Children pose for photographs. A mass grave becomes a carnival. But in all the chaos, one man emerges as a hero. George White Rogers, the ship's chief radio operator. He stayed at his post, sending distress signals while flames surrounded him. His hands were blistered. His lungs were scorched. The newspapers celebrated him. He became a celebrity. But investigators had questions. How did the fire spread so fast? On a fireproof ship, why did Captain Willmott die hours before, with a blue face? And why did George Rogers seem so calm? Almost like he knew what was going to happen. For years later, 1938, George Rogers tries to kill again. He sends a package to Vincent Doyle, a detective who had been investigating the Morro Castle Fire. Inside the package, an incendiary bomb, disguised as a fish tank heater. It explodes. Doyle survives barely. Rogers is convicted of attempted murder. In 1953, Rogers is released from prison. Within months, he murders an elderly couple, William Hummel and his daughter. He steals $7,000 from their home, but in the end he got convicted again. He dies in prison in 1958. The hero of the Morro Castle was a serial killer. Today, investigators believe George Rogers set that fire. Some believe he poisoned Captain Willmott first. The blue face suggests strychnine or arsenic. The hero was the monster, and 137 people paid the price. The truth about that night in 1934 died with George Rogers. Or did it? Subscribe for more forgotten history.